this is Katja with Creative Image Studio. Today I am sharing a tip with you what to do with your scraps of paper. We all have probably lots of scraps left over when we've done a larger project like a mini album. At least I do, as you can see, many colors, and I haven't thrown them out yet. And one of the things I like to do sometimes is making bookmarks of them. Now this is not difficult, of course. You take one of these, cut them to the size you want it to be, and then mat. That is the most simple version. And an example of that would be this little thing. Very simple, yet very cute, especially with the flower. Because if you put it into a book, you will see the flower sticking out. So that is very simple. And well, I am going to make a lot of those. But today I thought I'd film myself making one with also with a scrap mat. Now I have a video tutorial on how to make a scrap mat, but that has been a while ago. I think maybe even 4 years or something. So I thought I'd make another one, so there would be a more recent one in the search results, maybe if you would be searching for it. So making a scrap mat is my word that I came up with to denote the mat that you make from scraps. So for instance, if you have all of these scraps of design paper, you could attach them to each other just so, cut a mat from it, and then mat your cardstock with it. So that is what I'm going to show you today. So this will be my bookmark, and I have some scraps left over from my previous project, which is the Double Stacked 2 mini album. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Now this I thought is a nice paper in and of itself, and I thought, what about if I recreated the atmosphere by choosing the papers that have the same patterns and then making a scrap mat from them. So usually I take much smaller scraps and attach them to each other, but this, well, I need to cut smaller myself for them to fit onto this bookmark. So that is what I'm going to do. Alright, so here I have my 5 strips. So imagine that you have these left over, okay? So now I cut them myself, but usually I have these kind of strips left over and choose a number of them. So now place them in the order that you like them to be. So let's play around a bit. Okay, this I'm feeling. Now what you need is some simple adhesive tape to help yourself. So what I'm going to do now is attaching them to each other with the adhesive tape. And I want it to be in this order. So I usually just turn it over like this. And now I'm going to use the tape and just be precise about it. So let's cut the other mat to size as well. All right, so now both are cut to size. This is a tool by We Are Memory Keeper. So this is a pricker on the one hand and then the prong opener on the other hand. And the brads are horizontal, see? Otherwise they would be sticking out like this. Okay, so I have decided to do some stamping, and I got myself some inks. And of course I first have to cut this layer here to size before I do my stamping. Look at that, it seems to have worked. I like it. Now Ranger has come out with these, they call it the permanent mixed media ink palette. These are archival inks, but with distress colors. But this is not distress ink, these are the distress colors in an archival ink, which is brilliant. So I'm going to use this one, ground espresso. There you go, look at that color. That is the perfect color. And I'm using a duo dies by Crealis, number 37A, and these are the leaves and branches. So I did two different colors, but close enough to fit well together. That means I can glue this one down now. So I'm now going to first attach the double-sided tape here, otherwise I won't be able to anymore. Okay, so now the double-sided tape is covering this entire edge here, which I need to get a good stick. All right, let's glue it down. And we're back. So I made a lot of bookmarks, so let's start with the one that you just saw me create, this one. So this is the end result, both sides, but you saw me do this one already. So what else did I make? Well, as I said, I made a lot, so most of them are pretty simple. So this one has like a large, what is it, a bauble or a trinket on top, so that would be cute if you imagine this being a book. And the other side is kept fairly flat, and I did some stamping here. There's a lot of these, so pretty simple, matted on both sides. And then sometimes I did a flower. Here I did some stamping in silver. So these are some flowers. And I went around it around the edges with ink, but this time a white ink instead of a black or a brown. So I hope that is clear. Now here's a cute one with a lot of colors, a flower, and again some stamping here. Flowers again, pretty simple. So these are quite easy to create, guys. Again, a vintage one with a little cord here. And here I did a lot of stamping, so this was a fairly pale paper and I stamped all over it. And then there is a little piece of washi tape here. And also some washi tape here. So several actually on the other side. Here I did some layering again, and again a scrap mat. So this is a scrap mat consisting of 3 different scraps and then the 4th one on top.
I did some stenciling here with black soot ink. So this is sort of a vintage flowery pattern here that I did on top. And I did the same pattern on the other side, but then with wax. So this is sort of a rose gold wax. Another vintage one, pretty simple. So some die cutting on the bottom there, some leaves and some stamping. And then here a sticker from the collection that I use, which is the Basic Grey Serenade collection. And then the other side has a large stamp here. Again with the stamping, these are all Kaisercraft stamps. I love these background stamps. And then a flower. This may be one of the simplest ones that I did. It has simply a flower here. And then if you look at the pattern with the small flowers in ochre yellow and bit of green and blue. There came a large sticker with the collection, very large, and I did the sticker all over the entire bookmark, and this has the same colors, of course. So also the ochre yellow and the blue and the green. So that is a nice effect. Sort of an enlargement and then a miniature version of the same flower pattern. Again, the nice colors here and some stamping here. Very simple but elegant. Again here with the flower and the stamping. Now, as I said, this is pretty easy to do and it's a nice way to work with all of your scraps, but it's also a nice gift idea. So imagine you getting or giving a lot of bookmarks festively wrapped and then given to you as a gift. And so I created a little box for that. This is a chipboard box. I did some die cutting here. It says knuffel in Dutch, which means hug. Did some enamel dots and some blings here. Banner from the collection. Matted all around. Did a sticker here with some liquid pearl. Again with the banner and some die cutting here, the leaves, enamel dots, strip of paper to decorate, and then here a sticker. And I painted it on the inside and on the outside with a distress paint by Tim Holtz, and this is a vintage photo. So it's almost like a cigarette bag, right? But it's not. It's meant as a box, chipboard box for your bookmarks. So there's the box. Your bookmarks go into it. Let me get the larger one, the one that I started it with. And there you go. So there's a nice pack of bookmarks. This will stand on its own, so you can put it on your table or something. So it's very sturdy. It will stand on its own. It's very cute. So the person can, if they are reading multiple books at the same time, they can use multiple bookmarks, but they can also use this as sort of a stash for their own, for making their own gifts. So for instance, they want to gift someone a book, and then they pick a bookmark, put it with the book, and give it as a present. So they have sort of a stash of extra presents for the persons that they want to give nice books to, or maybe even just the bookmarks. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this idea, the idea of working with your scraps, creating a scrap mat to decorate as a mat. I showed you 2 of those. And working with all of your scraps to make bookmarks. So that would be cardstock scraps and design paper scraps, and even chipboard scraps. These are very small pieces of chipboard to make the box. So there you go, guys. Be frugal crafters, and yeah, enjoy all of your papers and your crafting. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of where this came from. And press the like if you like this video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.